What's going on, boys? It's your boy Max. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you need to cut off your friends who are bad with women. Now, me personally, I'm not friends with any guys who are not good with women. A lot of you guys may think that I'm an asshole for this, right? A lot of you guys may think I'm a douchebag for saying that. But there's actually a very specific reason why I wouldn't be friends with guys who are just bad with a woman, and why you shouldn't be either, that I'm going to break down in this video. And I bet if you're a guy who's ambitious, if you're a guy who's trying to dominate every single aspect of your life, by the end of this video, you're going to agree with me, right? Or you're going to take home something that you're going to look at this from a new perspective by the end of this video. Now, the reason why I say that you shouldn't be friends with guys who are bad with women is because of this. It's because guys who are bad with women, what type of character do they have? Why are they bad with women? You really have to ask yourself this. Why is this guy bad with women? Why can't he attract women? Because it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard to attract women as long as you're working on the right things. And I'm gonna give you guys a little story, man. During my personal development journey, when I was trying to get into the best shape of my life, when I had a bunch of vices like smoking, like drinking, like going out, like watching porn, I had friends in my circle who had very similar vices, right? They were in the same position as me. And I guess you could say I woke up and I got on this journey of personal development, of self-improvement. I really wanted to get better, right? Now, a part of my life that I also wanted to improve was my dating life. And so I had these guys around me in my circle who wanted to attract women as well. But it seems like every time we wanted to do something, it would always be surrounded around going out. Oh, let's go out. Let's go to the club. Let's go to the bar. Let's get drunk. Let's have a good time. And let's bag some chicks, right? But it never ended up being that way. It always ended up with us just being in the club, being in the bars, standing in the corner with a drink in the hand, looking at girls, pointing different girls out and being like, yeah, damn, she's bad. Damn, that girl looks good. Damn, you should go talk to her. But none of my friends were ever doing any approaches. And even though I was in a very similar position as them, I knew consciously that if I want to get better with my dating life, if I want to get better in all of these different things that I'm working on, I need to actually take the action. I can't just put myself in the environments of women and to be too afraid to speak to them, because I'm never going to get better with that in the first place. And so it would be like me and maybe one of my other friends who would always do the approaches every single time we went out. We would always be the ones going up to the girls, even if we didn't have much skill, didn't have much game, even if we weren't in that great of shape. We still put in the effort, right? While the other guys, they were the guys who always like try to convince us to go out, but yet they're the ones that put in the least amount of work when it came down to actually approaching girls. And as I got better with this, I got a little better at approaching, right? And I still had the same group of friends, and I got on dating apps, right? I got really good as I was getting better with my physique, as I was improving my looks as well. I started to take really nice photos, and I ended up getting pretty decent at the time with dating apps. I started seeing a lot more success with it than I used to. And I was trying to tell my friends about this, right? I'm telling my boys that, yo, you guys got to get on dating apps. You got to start posting pictures of yourself. Yo, let's post pictures on our Instagram. Let's go to these spots so we can take some cool pictures. And they would always look at me like, what? Like, take pictures, bro. Are you a girl? Like, oh no, dating apps, only low quality women are on dating apps. They would tell me all of these things like, oh, why do you want to take pictures? Why do you want to go out to take pictures? Why do you want to get on dating apps? There's no good woman on there. But the entire time, the guys that I was with, the guys who were saying these things to me, not only were they attracting low quality women, because the only place they even saw women were in the clubs, in the bars. Low value environments attract low value women, right? And on top of that, they had too high of an ego to put themselves out there on dating apps and Instagram because they thought it was feminine to take photos. But the entire time, I was actually starting to see better and better results in my dating life by doing this work. And they saw me and they still didn't take the action. They saw the results I was starting to get. They saw how I was single-handedly transforming my dating life, and they still didn't want to take the action. They still made all of those comments every single time we would go out. And when it came down to like things that would actually improve your value as a man, improve your looks as a man, like going to the gym, like dressing nicer, like just having positive habits that are going to make you more attractive as a man, there were a bunch of different things that I was doing, right? Getting my steps in. I started really getting into the gym. I started getting my physique right. I started eating healthier. And I would invite my friends at the time to do these things with me. And almost never, they would never come. They would never come along. But let me tell them, oh, let's go to the club, guys. Let's go talk to some girls in the club. Oh, they would be right there. They would be right there. So they refuse to put in the work that it actually takes to get women. Instead, they just wanted to be in an environment where they thought the woman would be easy, where it would be easy to talk to women, aka the club, the bars. But yet they would still not take any action when they were in those environments. And I seen this from a mile away. I've seen this from a mile away, guys. I'm very self-aware. I'm very aware of like people's energies and like just how things are gonna play out, guys. So like I left that friend group simply because our values didn't really align. I was trying to improve every single aspect of my life. I was trying to actually take the action behind improving my dating life, improving my physique, improving my health, quitting my vices, all of these things. And 4 or 5 years later, I've done exactly that. I've gotten into the best shape of my life. I quit all of my vices. Don't smoke, don't barely drink. Like if I drink, I'm going out on a date and I'm drinking, right? Don't watch porn. None of these things that I was constantly doing back then, I do anymore. And yet the guys who I used to be friends with, they're still doing all of these things. They still have the bad habits. They're still going out every single weekend. They're still chasing girls in the club. They're still out of shape, quite frankly. Now I'm in a position where I'm actually coaching guys. I'm actually doing this full time. Like I'm helping guys with their self-improvement, with their physique, with their dating lives. Like that's what I do for a living. I help guys get into the best shape of their life and leverage it in their dating lives so they can have an abundance of options. If you guys have any questions about that whatsoever, there's going to be a link to my Instagram. You guys can send your questions to my Instagram. I answer all of my DMs. But I'm saying this because now I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor pay off. And I guarantee you, if I would have still been hanging around those friends who were bad with women, even while I was bad with women, I would have been in the same position, if not worse. I would have been in the same position, if not worse, if I was still hanging around those guys. And it's because you start to, whether you like it or not, you're gonna adapt the behaviors and the habits of the people that you spend the most time with. And so if I'm seeing these guys every single day, every other day, once a week even, once every 2 weeks, you think I'm not going to start acting like them? You think I'm not going to have the same limiting beliefs as them? Before you know it, I'm going to be afraid to approach women, right? Because I'm going to let everything that they're saying, all of their limiting beliefs, conquer my mind. And so I had to get out of there. I had to get myself out of that situation. But I see a lot of guys that reach out to me for help with their dating lives. I speak to them and they're ambitious, right? They're working on their physique. They're working on their looks. They're getting their money up. They're working on a business. They have a side hustle, all of these things. And yet, they still hang around guys who are not on the same type of timing as them. They still have friends who think it's girly to take photos, who aren't even willing to take the photos for them so that they can improve their dating lives. Is that a real friend? If your friend's not even willing to take a photo of you because you want to actually attract women naturally, you don't want to have to rely on porn, you don't want to have to just be beating off to the photos that you see on Instagram of all these girls. If your friend isn't even willing to help you out with that, if your friend isn't even willing to come to the gym with you so you guys can get in better shape, right? So you guys can be more attractive, so you guys can be more physically fit. What type of friend is that? Is that really a friend you want to have? And you got to ask yourself this question. What do you value more? What do you value more, that friendship or your personal development? Because here's the thing, bro. Even if you really value this friend, even if he's a close friend, he's a good guy, whatever it is, if he's not on the same path as you, you have to at least keep your distance. You have to. Or he's going to drag you through the dirt with him. He's going to do it. I've been there. I've done that. I've had those experiences, guys. And I'm teaching you guys firsthand from the things I've been through, from the things that I've seen a lot of guys go through, right? They're working on themselves. They're improving themselves. And because of their friends, they fall back, right? They hit rock bottom. Just because your friend is bad with women doesn't mean you automatically cut them off, because at the time when I was trying to improve my dating life, I was bad with women too. I was in the same position as my friends. The only difference is I was actually actively making an effort to improve. And that's the difference. That's the difference. I was actually taking action. I wasn't just watching content. And I wasn't just looking at girls, pointing the finger and being like, damn, like, oh, that guy's with that girl because of XYZ. Or that guy is lucky. Or, oh, she's only with him for XYZ. No, I was putting in the work on a daily basis to improve myself as a man so I can have the dating life and just the life in general that I want. And so ask yourself this question. Are your friends that you're hanging out with right now, are they actively making an effort to improve their life, to improve their dating life? Are they taking photos? Are they looks maxing? Are they in the gym? If your friends are not in the gym, bro, and you invite them there, I'm telling you right now, you have to cut them off. You have to cut them off. Every time you guys go out, their bad habits reflect on you. All of a sudden, they want to eat at the fast food spot. You want to get some steak, they want to get Burger King. They're going to want to drink, you're going to want to go hit the gym. Your values just simply don't align. And so if they're struggling with their dating lives, but they want to get better, and they don't like make these slick comments to you, they don't try to poke fun of you for actually putting in effort, for taking photos, for hitting the gym all the time, for being strict with your diet. If they're not making like slick comments to you, then yeah, sure. That's a perfect situation, because that way you guys can actually grow together. And that's going to be a very strong friendship. But I'm telling you right now, if you're the only friend out of the friend group that's actually putting in effort behind all of these things, and they're just saying the same, they're going to end up resenting you. They're going to think that, oh, this guy thinks he's better than us. That's why he's doing all of this. They're not really going to value you, bro. And the distance is going to kind of come naturally because you have nothing to talk about. Like, your lifestyles are completely different. You're over here, they're still over here. Right? Your dating life is up here, and theirs is still down here. They're still watching porn. I went out with a couple of my boys, right? And both of the boys that I was with during this past month, both of them are good with women, right? Both of them are not afraid to do approaches, right? They still have some limiting beliefs around approaching. They still have some limiting beliefs around presentation. But the key point is that these guys that I was with this past month, I was hanging out with, they're actively taking effort. And if I tell them, yo, bro, approach that girl, they're going to do it, right? They're going to do it. If I tell them, yo, bro, this flick would be fire for your Instagram, you should take it. Or like, yo, bro, can you take a picture of me so I can post this online so I can get more hoes? More hoes, right? More women. But you guys get the point, right? They're going to do it, right? They're going to do it. That's the difference. And guess what? We've done over 60 approaches this past month, me and my boys. Some of them went really well. We helped each other out. We wingmanned each other, right? And I'm a dating coach. I don't need a wingman. But when you can have guys around you to compete with, we were trying to see, oh, who can approach the most girls? Who can approach the most attractive girls? Who can convert the most approaches into dates, right? It's a friendly competition, and that's how you keep growing as a man. That's how you actually get better. So if you're a guy who's trying to dominate every aspect of life, your finances, your health, your looks, your presentation, your dating life, you need to have people in your circle who are on the same path as you, who are willing to put in the same amount of effort, if not more than you. You can do it alone. Like, I'd rather do it alone than have some people around me who are gonna try to make slick comments about me, trying to improve myself, who are gonna try to pull me down, and who are gonna try to just like stop me from getting where I go, where I'm meant to go. I'd rather do it alone, and that's what I've had to do for about 2 years. 2 years, I was just in the trenches. I was working on myself solo, really. But as I improved myself, other high value men, other guys who were on the same path as me, they took note. They took note. Oh, yeah, Max is this ambitious guy. Max has been in the gym consistent. Oh, Max is doing this. He's doing XYZ. He's improving in all of these different areas. Let me go be friends with that guy. Because elite men understand this. Elite men understand the importance of the people that you keep in your circle. Right? You'll get wherever you're trying to go way faster if you have the right people around you. If you have the right guidance. If you have the right people holding you accountable. And listen, man, if you're a guy who you're taking a look at your friend group right now, you're thinking about them in your head right now, and you're like, yeah, my friends, they're not really doing much. Like, maybe they're working a good job, maybe they're making 6 figures a year, but besides that, like, they don't really hit the gym, they eat pretty bad, they don't believe in taking photos for their dating apps, right? They don't believe in looks maxing, they don't believe in approaching women, right? They have like all of these bad vices. If you have a friend group right now like that, I'm telling you right now, you need to get out of that friend group. And if you're like, yo, Max, like, I would do it, but I don't really want to do this journey alone. Like, I need someone to hold me accountable. I need someone to show me the way. I need someone to be there by my side. Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. If you want my personal help with this, one-on-one coaching, one-on-one guidance, and me guiding you every step of the way, and I'll give you my blueprint for how I was able to achieve not only my dream physique, my dream life, doing this full time, helping guys out with their health, with their dating lives, but also achieve a dating life of abundance where I can approach any woman I want. I get hundreds of matches per week at this point on dating apps. I can have a rotation if I choose. I cut off my bad vices. If you want my personal help with helping you get this result for yourself, and you're ready to take your self-improvement, your dating life to the next level, there's going to be a link in the description that I urge you to click on just to book a call with me. It's a free call. I'm just going to get to know your situation, where your life is at, and where exactly you're trying to go, and whether or not me and my program will be a good fit, and if it makes sense for us to work together. And if it makes sense, you're going to get onboarded onto the team. You're going to have a group of guys who are also in the program to help you out, to hold you accountable, so you guys have that competition, that friendly competition, so that you can continue growing as a man. That's all for this video, guys. Once again, if you have any questions about the program or just anything that I mentioned in this video, if you want my advice, there's also going to be a link in the description and pinned in the comments to my Instagram. Just send your questions to my Instagram and I'll get back to you. But I'll see you boys soon. Stay dangerous.